gon' tune in cause the showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap food rhyme, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
But man, moving on to our next topic. It's another video game topic. Nintendo Direct Summer 2023 happened a couple weeks ago. We got a couple highlights. The new Super Mario Bros. 2D game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. We're getting a Super Mario RPG remake. They show an extended gameplay of Pikmin 4. We're getting the next two waves of the Mario Kart 8 expansion. The Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon remastered game. Sonic Superstars, and then they announced some games, some new Switch ports, the Metal Gear Solid collection, and the Batman Arkham series. Now that was a lot of content, but as
let's get to the meat.
But Ron is listening there snoring. I have to wonder, is Nintendo losing their touch? Because I listed a lot of things, but it wasn't a lot that caught my attention at this Nintendo Direct.
If you're just a diehard Nintendo fan, you're probably happy. But Nintendo needs to innovate, bro. Like, I need something new. Like, the newest thing they really got is Breath of the Wild. Like, in terms of something new and innovative to gaming, like, what have they had since then? I mean, Tales of a Kingdom, yeah, the second one, but like...
I think they need to let Mario rest. Or just do something more innovative with the IP.
Like...
So... You go, Raf.
No, you go, Raf. I'm a complain.
Okay. So, I just want to let this be known. I do not have a Switch, so do not bash me. But, Super Mario Wonder seemed interesting, and they did add a few more mechanics that I did notice. You can actually skid on surfaces, or you can just hang from and slide back. I did notice that Elephant Mario and like all the different transformations, I'm kind of iffy on.
The only thing about Super Mario Bros. Wonder that I was like, hell yeah, is that the fact that they finally made Daisy a playable character.
Yes.
Now, when Mario turned into that elephant, I was like, y'all have to be for real.
And that kind of, I guess, curious, it scratches the mind to a point where what other animals are they going to try to bring in?
They already did a cat.
We did cat.
Raccoon.
Yeah. Tanuki Mario.
Yeah.
Shrooms.
He might even turn into a Koopa.
But I think it would have been a bit more on brand if he was turning into one of the enemies. Like, he touched something, he could turn into a Goomba for some reason. Or he gets a shell, a Koopa shell, for some reason. I feel like that's a bit more on brand. But an elephant?
That has nothing. No association.
I mean,
but it was nice.
Did the RPG catch y'all eyes at all?
No. I'm just going ahead and say it. No.
I'm going to be for real. No.
The one thing that somewhat caught my eye, and I can see potential in the Switch itself, is WarioWare. And the reason I say that, it involves the most motion, and it just takes me back to a Wii kind of feel as far as dancing games, as far as movement games. So maybe their dimming light that is like far in the distance that you really can't touch, but you can know is there. I feel like they can at least try to go back to that.
I don't know. I feel like we're in a dark room.
I mean, even in dark rooms, you can still see.
I got 20/20 vision, and I don't see the light that you're seeing.
I'm not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. WarioWare, out of everything that they showed, I think WarioWare was not on my 2023 bingo card. Like, that was not what I was expecting them to show at a Nintendo Direct. Like, I'm indifferent to it. I was like, okay, WarioWare. The only real thing that stuck out to me was the Luigi's Mansion remake. Cause I didn't play this Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I think this is the one that they put on the Wii, but they're remastering and put it on Switch. And I'm a huge Luigi's Mansion fan, so I was like, okay. But even then, it's a remaster and not like something y'all newly created.
It honestly feels like Nintendo's like a few years behind, because y'all remember, like, it couldn't have been right before this generation began. Everybody was complaining about all the reboots and remasters coming to video games. And it's like, Nintendo said, we don't care what y'all said. We got a franchise. We're going to bring it back. And I'm like, no, bro, like, make something new. And I might be sounding contradictory, because I know it makes baseball drop, I'm going to be excited. I know when a new Mario Kart drop, I'm going to be excited.
But this is my thing about the sports games, though. The innovation in some of these sports games makes sense as far as like a next installment into this franchise, because Aces, beautiful,
magical. It was a great game.
Like, they dropped the ball on Strikers, and they dropped the ball on Golf, but I feel like like with Strikers, the whole Battle League thing and making your own armor for like different stats and things like that, like I felt like that was adding a bit of oomph on that next installment, and it made sense. But like going back to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, why the hell are we turning into an elephant?
She said that's the best y'all could do. Like,
what?
An elephant.
The innovation was turning Mario into an elephant. Like, let me tell you, let me tell you the difference of when they dropped Tanuki Mario in this elephant. When they dropped Tanuki Mario with the ability that Mario can fly over the platform, that was something. Because we've been running this whole time, running and jumping and riding Yoshis. You mean to tell me I can get this power up and fly? I'm a flying what? And then it was like, okay, it's there. And then I see this elephant, and I was like, why the fuck is Mario an elephant?
But that's the thing. Like, I honestly, if they made like a new Super Mario Sunshine, or even a spin on Galaxy, like Super Mario Nexus, I don't freaking know. Super Mario Fantasy, I don't freaking know. Like, I
feel like they running out of things to do with Mario, and I honestly feel like they're running out of things to do with Mario, and it makes me nervous about what's going to happen when Mario Kart 9 drops, because Mario Kart 9 is coming.
Yeah.
And the way they've been made these new tracks that they've been dropping on this expansion pack, I'll give them Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island is nice. This squeaky clean circuit with us driving through somebody's bathroom, why?
Hey.
Like, come on.
I guess I just want to see them do something new. Like when Mario Kart Wii dropped and we had the Wii remote and they had brought the motorcycles, dope, really cool. After that, they brought back Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because ain't nobody buy the Wii U and they didn't get to experience the flying gliders and all that good stuff. But y'all got to come with it with Mario Kart 9. What's the new function? They got to be something new.
They have to bring the planes. I'm not playing with them. They have to bring the planes. It's going to take it over the top if they bring back the planes.
It need to be like, you remember, what's that mode in GTA where you do like a triathlon? You go from running to riding a bike, in the boat, and possibly in a plane. They need to do something like that. Like, this need to be like Mario Kart triathlon or something.
They need to bring back the planes. They need to have flying specific tracks that, hey, you pick a car, hey, you pick a plane. You know, depending on what track comes up next in this Grand Prix, you either going to have to fly or you're going to have to drive.
I feel like they need to throw some boats in there too. Shoot, just go hard. Do something that's like groundbreaking.
I think the planes, because I feel like they're gonna keep the customization options for like picking the different wheels and the cars and stuff. I think adding in the plane would have better reception than adding in boats, because planes could be like, oh, I got a rocket, or I got a airplane, I got a fighter jet, or I got a one of those. Forgot the one person planes that don't really go that high. Forgot the name of them.
Crop dusters.
Right, a crop duster. Like, I feel like with the customization options, I think the planes may be more appealing than doing boats.
Yeah.
I just want them to innovate.
I think I just want to see more out of Nintendo as me as a consumer, because like what you were saying before, Ryan, like if you're a ride or die Nintendo fan, I think this was a really good Nintendo Direct for you. But as for me, who's seeing Mortal Kombat 1, Spider-Man 2, and all of these other Assassin's Creed making the comeback that it's making, like seeing all these big known IPs making these huge progressions in their franchises, like I need a little bit more from y'all. If y'all gonna stick to Mario, if y'all gonna stick to Luigi's Mansion, they talking about they making a Peach game. Like y'all gonna have. I feel like y'all gonna have to come with it.
They're gonna have to
Yeah.
bring it.
Yeah,
And I don't want to shame them. Like I kind of did drop the ball on what was the last thing they innovated. They did that Arceus game for Pokemon, but even
okay.
then it was filled with glitches and everything else. Like it was.
I enjoyed Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but that also had glitches. It was burning the hell out of my Nintendo Switch to play that giant.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know Nintendo don't see Sony and Microsoft as their competitors, but bro, y'all need the hardware and y'all need some good software to match. Like, y'all gotta make it work. Y'all got the technology. Y'all
Yeah.
are a multi-billion-dollar company. You can do it. Do something.
And I guess, and I'm not mad at them getting the Switch ports for Metal Gear Solid and Batman Arkham, but to make it a whole piece of the Direct, like I'm seeing Batman trailers that I saw in 2015. Like, come on, y'all.
Ain't nobody
What?
going back to play that.
You're wasting my unlimited minutes. I need to see something else.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a full trailer of 3 Batman games.
Nah.
Yeah, 3 Batman games that I've already played. I don't need to see that.
That don't do nothing. It don't do nothing.
Like,
I mean, with Nintendo's games that's coming out, it don't look like they're really bringing a whole bunch of heat right now.
I hope they working on some on the back end. And in this Nintendo Direct was just to put something out because everybody been doing they game showcases. So let's put
This
out a
was not
Nintendo
it.
Direct. And sure, but I know that next Nintendo Direct better have something in it.
Amen. Honestly, if they do baseball and Mario Kart, I'll give Nintendo Switch a C+ or a B- for this generation. And that's if baseball and Mario Kart 9 are good, not like Strikers.
I am cautiously optimistic for both. I really am. Because they dropped the ball on Strikers. So that makes me nervous for baseball because this last baseball installment that they did on Wii had an insane roster. That roster is maybe 40 plus, 50 plus players deep.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they did Strikers, where the roster wasn't even complete, I'm nervous.
Which is crazy due to how solid the roster was for Aces. Like, how'd y'all go backwards? Like, y'all know what these characters look like. Y'all know they specials. Y'all have done it over and over again.
I think
it's all recycled.
I wonder if it just has to do with it could have been the mechanics, like every player having like their own special move and the way that you can do the armor and stuff. I can see it 2 ways. You promised the game, but you couldn't. But the date you promised it on, it wasn't complete. So you had to see what you had and make everything else DLC. I can also see it the way that the team sizes are, because the teams are like 4 people building your armor, all of the other mechanics that goes into that, and it was just like, that's a lot of work to do for each character. So here's this limited roster, and then the rest of it is DLC.
Listen, Nintendo need to get smoke for making incomplete games, just like Sony and Microsoft do.
Yeah,
they need the same smoke.
I'm not letting it slide with this baseball game though. That the size of a baseball team, I'ma need. Yo, he can't have the same people on his baseball team that I got on my baseball team. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
It needs to be enough characters to where if someone wanted to make up to 3 to 4 teams, they could
easily. No duplicates. Because the way that Super Sluggers is, that's how 50 plus characters.
And Mario Universe has more than enough people to do it. More than enough.
And they did it without putting in, ain't no Link, Ain't no Rosalina. None of them folks. They did it without bringing in all the extra people that they bring in for Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and stuff. Like, they have the characters.
Look, but even if you look at Mario Kart, it's mostly Mario characters.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you look at Aces, if you get all those characters, add your PD Piranhas, add the Shy Guys and everybody, you can make a full roster. You can.
That's even if they working on baseball, because Aces, out of the sports remakes for the Switch, Aces is the only one that gets full marks. That's the only one that gets full marks.
That's the only one that really hit.
So I hope they have baseball, but I could also see them being cautious on releasing baseball just because of the reception the other two got.
Yeah. And as a disappointed fan, bring back Star Fox Assault. Y'all ain't done it since GameCube. Bring it back. Folks don't know nothing about it.
I forgot about Star Fox. Yeah.
Star Fox Assault had a nice little land mode that at the time was a little like controversial, but I loved it because it was like a solid shooting game where you also had vehicular combat and everything, like kind of like a mini Halo Nintendo version of that kind of setup. And they ain't done that in a minute.
Basically, what we're saying is that Nintendo got more IPs than Mario. So let's do something with them. And if you're gonna do Mario, let's do something else. Let's innovate.
More than Mario and Pokemon. Y'all got way more than just Mario and Pokemon.
Honestly. They have been riding Mario and Pokemon forever.
And Zelda was they kind of like their light out. Like that's kind of made it go like, oh well, y'all did this, they did this, yeah, they did that. But how many other games they got?
But think about how long they worked on it too. Like that was care. That was a work in progress. They dropping Pokemon games every year. For what?
They need to stop that too. Because even when they brought back Mystery Dungeon, it flopped. And I'm a huge fan of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Oh yeah, I didn't buy Mystery Dungeon.
Exactly.
Now I'm treating Pokemon as like 2K or NFL.
It's gotten to that point. I know exactly what you mean by that. It's gotten to that point.
Expect a Pokemon.
You buy it because it's out and you know exactly what you're going to get from it.
Yup. Mm-hmm. I will say Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was good, but I do think they should have took some more time. Like just coming out with all the bugs and stuff that it came out with, I think they could have took a little bit more time to get this out. But I think the concept of it, as well as the multiple storylines, I think on that end, it was a really good Pokemon game.
Okay.
My whole thing is I heard Arceus was good, but like even if y'all bring stuff back, Mystery Dungeon should not have flopped. And like, where's Pokemon Coliseum not a remake, a reboot, like Pokemon's Coliseum / XD Gale of Darkness, like those two, that franchise.
They brought back.
It's been 3 generations.
They got the N64 versions on Switch, but yeah, bring back a Pokemon. Yeah.
Coliseum was fire, bro.
Coliseum was woo.
Gale of Darkness, that was fire, like a legit as a 3D Pokemon that played just like the 2D ones, but they had the little shadow Pokemon elements and everything. It was solid.
Coliseum was nice. Just the feel of it was nice.
Really good. Really good.
Oh man.
You have the ability to add links, photos, videos up to 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's pretty decent for an app that just came out a couple days ago, you know?
Yeah.
But
I also feel like it's kind of standard though. It's